Fighter 6.
Maido. Aya. Fight だよ。
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. He goes for the throw. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. What's the play here? Still slugging it out here. The throw misses. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Connects with medium kick. Grabs him. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Going in. Anti-air drops him. Backstep rolling attack. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is this. Just with the play-by-play. Getting a punish counter like that is how you want to start a round. An aggressive attack. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Knockdown. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Gets the jump in. All right, what's coming up next? Did well to get the buff in there. Projectile to try and change the situation. Very solid corner switch. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 chases them down. Life lead opens up. Will we see a drive in? This is a huge chance to make a beat. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Did well to get the buff in there. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. This fight is just underway. With the tomahawk bust! Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown and hits him with a stop and bomb. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Springs forward with the drive rush. Very solid tomahawk buster. Dashes forward. Uses that wall pressure. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Shoots off a fireball up close. Will the drive parry here open things up for them? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Knockdown. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. They timed that just right to get the perp KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Tomahawk bust! Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Projectile to try and change the situation. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Neither fighter is willing to. Very solid tomahawk buster. Watch out! Typhoon coming through. Drive rush to keep it going. Will we see a drive impact? Springs forward with the drive rush. The Condor wind added a bit of juice to that attack. This is a turning point. KO! Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Gets the jump in. Player 1 chases them down. Well-timed command throw there. Player 2 with the life lead. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Absorbs the attack and fires back. Grabs him. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? They don't need to go for anything big. Even a light tap could win this round. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Fight!
Opts to create space to start. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Had the radar up and running. Buffs up. Hits up the counter. Vic springs forward with the drive rush. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. They exchange blows. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Jump? They trade. Checks with the projectile. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Starts with a jump in. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. Down to the wire. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Takes a trip. Very solid tomahawk buster. In a dire situation, they can't hit him for the stun. This might be over right here. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Sticks the jump in. Grabs him. Dashes forward. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Still slugging it out at this range. Blocks it. Side switch. Player 2, drive rush. And they create an opportunity for themselves. Betting it all on a drive rush. Big game difference here. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. No way. That win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Round 1.
Another rematch. These two are really getting into it. Decides to buff up while they can. Checks them with a projectile. Still very early in the round. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. What's the play here? Misfire with the drive impact. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Did well to get the buff in there. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 is maintaining the fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whip punches. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Very solid tomahawk buster. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Connects with medium kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Do they have enough drive gauge? Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. They've got a full stack of wins to play with here. A drive impact. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Zones with the fireball. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They've got to cross that off. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this distantly flatline game. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Blocks the jump in. Starts off zoning with fireballs. You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Flips one in the pocket. Who's going to break the silence first? Trips him up. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Player one is just about out of drive after that. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Both fighters have no meter. Who's going to make the first move? Decent return on that combo. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Nicely KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Shows the medium kick. Cycles with or finds the mark. Medium kick hits. Scrapping it out up close. OD cycle uppercut puts them on the rope. The life remaining. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Looking for a chance. Picks up the counter. Deflects it. Closes it out. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Tries to set the tone with that charging attack. Shoots off a fireball up close. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. All right. Player two has them legit shook in the corner. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Drive lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Taking stock. Springs forward within there. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Long low attack hits. Goes for the rush. Hits them with a 1-2-3. Going in. Player one chases them down. Barely blocks the jump in. A quick breather. They were right to be on guard there. Player two can't use burnout triggered. Peppers them with a cycle blitz. Player two has an empty drive through. This is a very precarious situation. Okay, here we go. They're in range. Lynxing! Player two can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Closing moments of the match. Burns out. They full bends it on the fireball. Player two was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that bloodbath. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Plenty of space between the two fighters. But who will decide to close the gap? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Player one adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Where's their closes out the round with a fireball. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Checks him with the projectile. Goes for a drive. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Risky up-close scrap still going. management here is going to be vital. A quick breather. Throw leaves them wide open. Hit them with a 1-2-3. Smart play with the throw. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. That more crowns him from above. Are we going to see a comeback here? Closing moments of the match. Can't stop a drive for that OG Psycho uppercut. Gets it the perfect fire, willing to risk it for the overdrive. Only wraps it up with a throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages. Oh, putting the cherry on top! First reservation for the Psycho Chamber. That's an all-inclusive stage to become a hand punching bag. Both stop getting it all on the drive run. Back to the court. Are we gonna play impact? No! Critical art now? Press them with the critical art. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. All in with a rush. What now? The next touch may decide this round. Oh, it's enough? Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. Zones with the fireball. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Grabs him, takes a trip. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Parries the projectile. Now what's the follow-up? Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Feeling out the spacing. Heading into the end game now, and that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Right off the bat, there's no hesitation. They start the offensive by charging forward. Shoots off a fireball up close. That's a counter. Oh, burnout triggered. A quick breather. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Rushes that off and keeps going. Both are experiencing burnout. Knockdown and... Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Zones with the fireball. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Are they trying to bait each other into making a mistake? Lots of distance here. Who's baiting? Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? The jump in is rejected. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Decides not to rush in without a plan. Pokes with a kick. Both of them were ready for a throw. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Oh, here he answers with a psycho uppercut. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. All in with a rush. Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. Forward throws, laying the pressure on thick. Player 2 is in a yo, raw super here. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Ooh, does him dirty. Ugh, take a seat. Back to the court. Are we gonna face out the low kick? Oh, this could lead to some big damage. Fights back with no one could have called that. Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They can't get enough of each other. We got ourselves another rematch. Sticks out a kick. Close range projectile. They exchange blows. Still very early in the round. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. What are they thinking of? Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Knockdown. Throws them to negate the block. No more drive gauge. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Big throw. What'll happen here? Player 1 in trouble with no drive. Shinku in there. Player 1 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out?
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Who's going to start things off? Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Shows the medium kick. Their drive gauges are looking bare. Experiencing burnout. Knockdown and player 2 brushes that off and keeps going. Keep drive rush to keep it going. Will we see a drive impact? Side switch in the corner. Both fighters love tap to close it. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Shoots off a fireball up close. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Decides to go in with the target combo. Backs them into the corner. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Strings it all together. Nice tech. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps in. Kill rush. Scrapping it out up close. Drive rush to keep it going. Jumps up. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They're in the corner and the beatdown continues. Going in, burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Like, oh my god, they just choked it up. Reversal. Fireball and springs forward with the driver. What a finish! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up?